3, 2, 1.
Imagine a time, nearly 5,000 years ago, when much of the world was a vast, untamed wilderness. In this ancient world, a remarkable civilization began to stir. It flourished on the fertile plains of what is now Pakistan and northwest India, cradled by the great Indus River, rearranged it. This was the Indus Valley civilization, and one of its most magnificent cities was Harappa. It was not merely a settlement, but a thriving metropolis, a testament to human ingenuity and cooperation. Here, by the life-giving waters, people gathered to build a future, creating one of the first great urban centers our planet has ever known, a true pioneer in the story of human society. The Indus River was the lifeblood of Harappa. Its predictable floods enriched the soil, making it possible for farmers to grow abundant crops like wheat, barley, and cotton. This agricultural surplus was the foundation upon which the city was built, freeing people from the constant search for food and allowing them to specialize in other crafts and trades. The river was also a grand highway, connecting Harappa to other settlements up and down the valley. Boats would have sailed its currents, carrying goods, ideas, and people, weaving a complex network of interaction that defined their world and fueled their prosperity. This deep connection to the natural world was fundamental to their existence. The people of Harappa understood the rhythms of the river, the changing of the seasons, and the bounty of the land. They lived in a delicate balance with their environment and harnessing its power without destroying it. We can see this respect in the very layout of their city and the way they manage their resources. It was a relationship built on observation and understanding, a wisdom that allowed their civilization to thrive for centuries, leaving behind a legacy that continues to fascinate and inspire us to this day. So, when we look at the ruins of Harappa, we are not just seeing weathered bricks and mounds of earth. We are looking at the ghost of a vibrant society, a community that mastered its environment to create something truly extraordinary. This was a place of innovation, a hub of culture, and a cornerstone of one of the world's earliest civilizations. Its story begins here, by the river, where the pulse of ancient life beat strongly, echoing through the millennia to reach us here today, on this remarkable planet we all share. One of the most astonishing things about Harappa is the sheer order of it all. This was not a city that grew haphazardly, with winding lanes and chaotic clusters of buildings. Instead, it was a masterpiece of ancient urban planning, conceived with incredible foresight and precision. The city was laid out on a grid system, with main streets running straight from north to south and east to west, creating neat rectangular city blocks. This level of organization speaks of a powerful central authority, capable of planning and executing a vision for a large and complex community, ensuring that life could proceed with a sense of structure and purpose. At the heart of this planning was a sophisticated understanding of public health and sanitation. Nearly every house in Harappa had its own bathroom and access to a remarkable drainage system. Covered drains, built with expertly fitted bricks, ran alongside the streets, carrying wastewater away from homes and public areas. These channels were ingeniously designed with gentle slopes to ensure a steady flow, and they included manholes and inspection points, suggesting that they were regularly maintained. This system was far more advanced than anything seen in many other parts of the ancient world, showcasing a profound commitment to civic well-being. The city was broadly divided into two main parts: a lower town, where the general population lived and worked, and a raised citadel. This fortified acropolis likely housed the city's rulers and served as the center for public and religious life. It contained large, impressive structures, including what appears to be a great granary for storing surplus food, a vital resource for managing the city's economy and ensuring its stability through lean times. This clear division of space reflects a highly organized society, where every aspect of urban life, from residential living to governance, had its designated place. This meticulous planning reveals a society that valued logic, order, and the collective good. The people of Harappa were not just building houses, they were engineering a city designed for healthy, efficient living. They understood that the success of their community depended on shared infrastructure and a common vision. The uniformity of their bricks, the straightness of their streets, and the brilliance of their water management systems are all silent testaments to a civilization that thought deeply about how to live together, creating a blueprint for urban life that remains impressive even by modern standards. Among the many wonders of Harappa, one mystery stands out above all others: its script. The Harappans had a written language, a beautiful system of symbols and signs that they inscribed on small seals, pottery, and tablets. We have discovered thousands of these inscriptions, each a tantalizing glimpse into their world. The symbols are intricate, featuring stylized depictions of animals, humans, and abstract geometric shapes. This was clearly a sophisticated form of communication, used, we presume, for trade, administration, or perhaps even religious rituals. It is the voice of this ancient civilization, reaching out to us across the ages. And yet, it is a voice we cannot understand. Despite decades of effort by brilliant minds from around the world, the Indus script remains undeciphered. The inscriptions are typically very short, with an average of only 5 symbols, which makes it incredibly difficult for linguists to find patterns or establish connections to other known languages. There is no Rosetta Stone for the Indus script, no parallel text in a language we already know that could provide the key to unlocking its secrets. The silence of the script is one of the greatest enigmas in the study of the ancient world. What might these symbols tell us if we could only read them? They could reveal the names of their kings and queens, the stories of their gods and goddesses, or the laws that govern their well-ordered city. We might learn about their trade agreements with distant lands like Mesopotamia, or understand the meaning behind the powerful animal motifs, the unicorn, the bull, the elephant, that feature so prominently on their seals. The script holds the potential to transform our understanding of this civilization, to move beyond archaeological inference and hear the Harappans speak in their own words, sharing their knowledge, their beliefs, and their history. This mystery is both a source of deep frustration and profound fascination. The undeciphered script reminds us that the past does not always give up its secrets easily. It stands as a powerful symbol of the limits of our knowledge, a challenge that invites curiosity and humility. Until the day it is cracked, the Harappan script will continue to whisper its silent stories, fueling our imagination and encouraging us to keep asking questions about this remarkable and elusive civilization. The quest to understand these ancient symbols is, in itself, a journey into the very heart of the human story. Beyond the grand scale of the city and the puzzle of its script, it is the smaller, more personal artifacts that truly bring the world of Harappa to life. Archaeologists have unearthed a wealth of objects that speak of the daily routines, the beliefs, and the artistry of its people. We find beautifully crafted pottery, painted with elegant designs, that once held food and water. There are terracotta figurines of animals and people, perhaps children's toys or objects of worship, each one shaped by human hands thousands of years ago. These humble items are windows into their homes, their work, and their inner lives. Among the most compelling artifacts are the numerous small clay seals, each intricately carved with animal figures and the mysterious script. The most common motif is a creature that looks like a unicorn, a mythical beast that clearly held great significance. We also see powerful bulls, elephants, and tigers. Were these symbols of different clans or merchant guilds? Or did they represent gods and spiritual forces that governed the natural world? The presence of figurines that appear to be mother goddesses suggests a focus on fertility and creation, a belief system deeply intertwined with the cycles of life, death, and renewal. These objects make us wonder about the people themselves. What did they believe about the cosmos? What stories did they tell their children as the sun set over the Indus River? The discovery of carefully buried dead, sometimes accompanied by pottery and personal ornaments, suggests a belief in an afterlife, a journey beyond the world we know. Every bead, every clay pot, and every carved seal is a fragment of a much larger cultural mosaic, a puzzle we are still carefully assembling, piece by fascinating piece, trying to understand the worldview of this ancient society. Ultimately, Harappa is both a tangible reality and an enduring mystery. It was a real city, home to thousands of real people who built, traded, farmed, and dreamed. We can walk among its ruins and marvel at its engineering. But it is also a civilization shrouded in shadows, its language unread, its political structure uncertain, its ultimate decline still debated. This duality is what makes Harappa so captivating. It teaches us that history is not just a collection of facts, but a continuous dialogue between what we know and what we have yet to discover, inviting us to keep exploring the profound and inspiring story of our shared human past.